Hi everyone, my name is Gracie from BTJ and it has been a while. I hope that you guys still remember me from the last videos that I made. So today we'll be talking about the cost of living in Saigon, aka Ho Chi Minh City. Let's get started. So let me tell you one thing, living in Saigon is not that expensive as a single. So if you don't have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a family on your own, you can easily survive with a budget of $1,000 a month. Provided that you cook at home frequently and maybe share an apartment with someone else, maybe your friends or colleagues. Then you can even save up some money. However, also keep in mind that Ho Chi Minh has the most expensive international schools in Vietnam. So if you're considering moving with your family to Vietnam, make sure that you have prepared an amount for your kids' tuition fees and everything else. Okay, so let's talk about the cost for food, rent, and transportation in Ho Chi Minh City. If you live in Ho Chi Minh City, you will spend much of your salary as savings on rent. So normally it takes you around 9 million to live in the city center of most of the big cities in Vietnam, but in Saigon it would take you around 10 million, which is 1 million higher than the average to get you a single bedroom room, an apartment that is actually beautiful looking. So if you want to live in a 3-bedroom apartment in Ho Chi Minh City, you will have to spend around 20 million dong. Million Vietnam dong. It's not $1 million.
Amount will rise to 25 million Vietnam dong if you have to spend on electricity, for the water fee, internet, and everything else. If you live outside of the city center, which means like the surrounding area, then you will save around 30%.
So alcohol is quite cheap in Vietnam, especially for the beer. So one can of Laru or Tiger beer will only cost you around 20,000 dong, which is less than $1. It's very cheap. But please note that when you eat in a restaurant, some restaurants will add a separate amount of VAT or service charge. So even if you don't leave a tip, necessarily, but sometimes you have to pay additional fee into your meal. Yeah. So let's talk about transportation. So there's one drawback when living in the major city of Vietnam is that we don't have a really good or efficient public transportation system. They're building subways in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, and we expect the work to be completed in the next few years. But I don't know what year exactly. So, which means you have to buy a motorbike or go by taxi. So if you go by taxi for a couple times a day, it will be a lot of expense. That's why I recommend you to buy a bike or download the biggest taxi app in Southeast Asia, Grab. No need to book a car if you use Grab. You can also book scooters and you save a lot of money in the long run. Or just simply purchase a new one or a used one, a used scooter, so that you can get around whatever you want, whenever you want. You also need a SIM card if you move to Vietnam. So the fees are lower and you can easily get by on 80,000 per month, around 3.5 USD. Two of the most popular service providers are Viettel and mobile phone. Foreigners often pay up to 100 USD per month for electricity, even in 2 or 3 bedroom apartments. I've noticed that the electricity rate tends to increase if you cook a lot. Also, don't forget to turn off air conditioners when you are not home, as they also tend to increase the cost for the electricity. So, how do we save our cost of living in Ho Chi Minh City? Let's get into it. So if you want to reduce your cost of living in Ho Chi Minh City, below are some recommendations. First, buy a scooter or grab bike. So will you save a lot of money if you buy or rent a scooter instead of taking a taxis everywhere? The second cheapest option is to go by grab bike, order on the app. I'll show you like when I have my phone back. As soon as you book a scooter instead of a car, then the fees wouldn't be much. The transportation system is not very developed in Ho Chi Minh City, and most foreigners cannot travel by bus. Another option is to go on foot or by bicycle. However, keep in mind that there's a lot of traffic on the road, and it's easier to get around by scooter. Secondly, share an apartment with someone else. So the apartments are large compared to Hong Kong and Singapore. You can share a nice flat of 80 feet square meters in a new building for 700 to 1,200 USD per month. It is common for foreigners to share flats in Ho Chi Minh City. The good thing is that you will often have access to cleaning services, a gym, and a swimming pool all together. Thirdly, avoid the expensive bars. There are many bars and restaurants where you eat and drink for much less than in the elegant bars and pubs with terraces in the center. If your budget is limited, I recommend you to go to a local Vietnamese bar, not like the bars for foreigners. The price can go very high. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or something that you need to share with us, don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next videos. Bye bye.